Hey Frugavore. So let's talk about a big claim that's been around for years, that humans are starchivores. The late and great Dr. John McDougall, creator of the starch solution, argued that all successful civilizations throughout history were starch-based. He even suggested we should identify as starchitarians. But here's the problem. Starch isn't a food. It's a storage molecule. Saying we're starchivores is like calling someone a proteinivore or a lipidarian. No one eats pure starch in nature. You can't walk up to a tree and pick starch. Starchy foods weren't even accessible to humans until tools and fire entered the picture. So where did this idea come from? A lot of it is due to preservation bias and carbonization as a form of preservation. Many of the ancient grain remains we find today only exist because of carbonization, a preservation process that requires exposure to fire. Grains leave behind storage pits, silos, milling tools, and if a pot of millet tipped into a fire, thousands of seeds could carbonize and survive for archaeologists to uncover thousands of years later. Starch-based foods were most often processed with heat, right, to make them edible, or accidentally burned, making them more likely to leave behind charred, archaeologically visible remnants. Fruit, on the other hand, is eaten raw. The seed is dispersed and often grows into a tree, and unless it happens to be burned in just the right way, it leaves no trace at all. As a result, we're not seeing what people prefer to eat or ate most of, we're seeing what survived combustion. This creates a false sense of abundance in the archaeological record. Ancient texts also share a different story. The very same cultures often referenced, Mesopotamian, Egyptian, Greco-Roman, all wrote about fruit as staple food. That's right, staples, dates, figs, raisins. In fact, in southern Mesopotamia, dates often contributed more calories than barley. 1 hectare of date palms could produce more calories than the same land used for grains. Fruit wasn't just a treat, it was a staple. Honey, too, was widely used across Egypt, Greece, and India, sometimes making up to 20% of daily calories. And as you know, honey is straight sugar, made of the same glucose and fructose as white table sugar. And here's a really important fact that basically rewrites dietary history. The first known cultivated food wasn't actually grain or starch-based. It was fruit, figs, over 11,000 years ago in the Jordan Valley. Archaeologists found carbonized remains of domesticated figs, propagated by humans. Fruit was the foundation of agriculture, not starch. As touched on earlier, for carbonization to happen, the figs had to be dried near flames or accidentally dropped into embers, where the heat removed moisture and sealed the fruit against microbial decay. In this case, fire became the preservation tool that saved this snapshot of fruit-based life. Starch wasn't chosen because it was biologically ideal or because we are starchivores. It was practical, easy to store, easy to transport, useful in cold climates, famines, and wars. But it didn't build our physiology. Biology tells the real story. Our jaw shape, our molars, our intestinal length, our enzymes, our fructose metabolism, everything about us points to fruit. The small amount of amylase we produce is for the very small amount of starch found in ripe fruits, not for grains or tubers. Evolutionary biology has been said to take about 100,000 years for the human genome to shift even 0.1%. We've only had maybe around 10,000 years of grain cultivation, not nearly enough to reshape us. Think about the processing burden. Starchy foods require harvesting, drying, hulling, fermenting, cooking, just to make them edible. Fruit, you pick it, peel it, and eat. It's prepackaged, enzyme-rich, vitamin-dense, and designed for us. And paleoanthropology backs this up. Fossilized teeth from early hominins show plaque and wear patterns consistent with fruit-heavy diets. Our closest primate relatives still eat mostly fruit. Evolution didn't design us as starchivores. It designed us as frugavores. So here's the takeaway. Starch may have helped humans migrate and survived in harsh regions. I can agree on that, but it didn't shape our evolution. The starchivores argument is built on what was easiest to preserve, not what built our biology. With all due respect to Dr. McDougall, we are not starchivores, we are not starchitarians, we are frugavores. Join my VIP community and 12-month course for more compelling science-based information. Link below.